Hello friends, welcome to Darling Television on this auspicious day of 25th day of September 2025. A remarkable day in Ibadan land and in Oyo State, the 81st birthday of His Imperial Majesty Oba Rashidi Ladoja, Arusa the First. Tomorrow is the coronation, and I'm going to take you to a relatively long journey today, unlike the usual 10-15 minutes maximum. But today is a stretch, is a marathon, because indeed today, this week, tomorrow have been remarkable days in the history of Ibadan land, Oyo State, Nigeria, and the Yoruba land. The coronation ceremony of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land that has risen through the ranks, 44 ranks, to become the 44th Olubadan. He was born the 25th of September 1944. The figure 44 resonates very well with his destiny. And here we are, the whole of Ibadan land, all the family compounds in Ibadan land, the elites, the grassroots, celebrating the new Olubadan. And I captioned this episode Ladoja, as if Ibadan never had an Oba. Going through the city of Ibadan, the business district, the famous Molete, Idiarere, Mapo, Bere, Oje, gate axis of Ibadan. You see various and different kind of congratulatory messages. It's as if family compounds and people in Ibadan are competing to outdo one another. Then when you drive through Ring Road, Challenge, Okeado, Okebola, Dugbe, Mokola, even Akobo, UI, Ojo, everywhere in Ibadan is adorned with congratulatory messages for the new Olubadan of Ibadan land. And that got me thinking, and I concluded, how come it's as if Ibadan never had an Oba? Very interesting. So let's go into this interesting episode. Ladoja, as if Ibadan never had an Oba. Ibadan, a city of warriors, of commerce, of unbroken tradition, a land where royalty is not inherited by blood alone, but earned through decades of service, dedication, and honor. Today, the city stands still, yes, for the birthday of the Olubadan's designate and the eve of the coronation ceremony of the 44th Olubadan, adorned with colors, banners, and joy, because a new chapter is being written. For centuries, Ibadan has produced remarkable leaders But in this moment, in this season, the people are united in a way never before, never seen before. It is as though Ibadan never had an Oba before. This is the story of a man, a legend, a statesman, now crowned as His Imperial Majesty, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, Arusa the First, the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan, born in 1994 and elevated through 44 distinct steps of chieftaincy. This is not just a coronation, you will say. It is the rebirth of Ibadan's spirit. In his early years, Rashidi Ladoja was born on the 25th of September 1994 into a modest family in Ibadan at a time when the city was redefining its place in Nigeria's history. As a young boy, the young Rashidi, he walked the streets of Okeado and Bere, Oje, the typical Ibadan compounds, inspired by the tales of warriors and leaders who shaped Ibadan into formidable force. Education became his passport to future. He attended local schools in Ibadan before proceeding to higher institutions which sharpened his intellect and developed a passion for leadership and public service. Ladoja was never content with mediocrity. He excelled, driven by inner vision of to uplift not just himself, but his people. Even as a young man, his calm demeanor, analytical mind, and ability to unite people stood out. Ladoja, an engineer turned politician, a businessman turned grassroots mobilizer, was never satisfied with mediocrity. These qualities would later define his political career and his rise within Ibadan's unique traditional hierarchy. Ladoja's journey into politics was not accidental. In the 1970s, Nigeria was experiencing political turbulence, military coups, civilian transitions, and a desperate need for stable leadership. Ladoja joined the political scene with a rare blend of humility and strength. He served as a federal legislator, an astute businessman, and later emerged as a leading figure in Oyo politics. In 2003, his dream to serve his people reached a new height when he was elected governor of Oyo State. His administration was marked by reforms in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. His administration also was the most turbulent in the history of Oyo State. Ladoja, very interesting, those days of rivalry between Ladoja and Yekini Adeojo. Baba Adedibo of blessed memory supported Ladoja. Ladoja was a bride of the people. People loved Ladoja. I remember those days when we had Ibadan mega rally for Ladoja, championed by Baba Adedibo. We danced through the city of Ibadan in 2002 in the terrible burning sun, dancing, singing, walking all through Ibadan. Ladoja himself joined us. It was a great sight. Ladoja became the governor. Turbulence came. Terrible storm. People died. The whole secretariat was shaking. Oyo State vibrated. But Ladoja remained resolute in his principles and beliefs, never compromising. But politics is never without challenges. His tenure was rocked by controversies and a dramatic impeachment saga that captivated the whole nation. Through it all, Ladoja remained unbroken, his focus always on welfare of his people. His legacy as governor is still remembered today, especially his dedication to Ibadan and the preservation of his cultural identity. The 44 steps to the throne. Ibadan's kinship system is unlike any other in Nigeria, perhaps the whole world. It's a system where no royal bloodline dominates. You can't brag that you are a prince and that you are the next Olubadan. It doesn't happen like that. It is a system where no royal bloodline dominates. Instead, every worthy son of Ibadan has the opportunity to ascend the throne through merit, service, and gradual elevation. So every true-born Ibadan man is a potential Olubadan. Kabiyesi. There are two lines of accession, the civil line and the military line. Each promotion is a step earned through time, dedication, and leadership within the community. Rashidi Ladoja began his journey decades ago, patiently climbing the ranks from the lowest rung to the very top. He walked the 44 distinct steps, representing 44 years of preparation for a destiny that could not be rushed. In 2025, at the remarkable age of 81, Ladoja, the 44th Olubadan, making his story almost poetic, born in 1944, crowned at the age of 81 as the 44th monarch of the great city of Ibadan land. Ibadan has seen coronations before, but this one feels different. It feels historic. It feels so ceremonial. From Okeado to Bodija, from Dugbe to Mokola, the city is alive with celebration. You can't walk through the city of Ibadan in the past few weeks and not notice that something monumental, something great is happening. Ibadan has been thrown into a festive mode. People buying different shades of Ankara, celebrating, waiting for the D-Day, you will say, for the celebration of the new Olubadan. Billboards bearing Ladoja's image line the highways. Colorful banners stretch across roads with inscriptions of goodwill and blessings. Markets are bustling, and traditional drummers fill the air with rhythmic beats of joy. Hotels are fully booked, and the city's transportation network is stretched as visitors pour in from across the globe. Indeed, Ibadan has become a global tourist destination overnight because of Ladoja. A friend said from the US, he said, if you are not going to Mapo for the coronation, on that day, just stay at home because he won't pity you. The kind of traffic Ibadan is going to experience that day. The Ladoja family compound has been transformed into a palace of unity and tradition, attracting visitors eager to witness history. For the first time in decades, Ibadan stands united, a people proud of their heritage and hopeful for the future. The coronation day. As the day beckons, as the minutes count down, The morning of the coronation dawned bright light and full of promise. Crowds thronged Mapo Hall, the enthroning Mapo Hall. The whole place had been cordoned off. Activities have started. The colors of royalty and purity. Traditional rulers from across Yoruba land and beyond arrived in regal splendor. Political leaders, captains of industries, and international guests fill the stands. As the sacred rites were performed, history unfolded before our very eyes. When Ladoja was finally crowned His Imperial Majesty, the roar of the crowd was deafening. In that moment, Ibadan was reborn. The symbolism was profound. He was a man who had served as governor, who had served as senator, who had known the peaks and the valleys of politics, now elevated to serve purely as a father to his people. Who is the man behind the crown? Beyond the crown, Rashidi Ladoja remains a man of simplicity and deep wisdom, a very great listener. Those days, I remember very well, that if Ladoja is at all going to interject you, it will only be with the word Amen that will always precede the next question. Amen. Ladoja, known to be a very good listener, very calculating, very objective, and never compromising his stand. A devoted husband, yes, to a couple of women, father and grandfather, a mentor to countless young ladies, and a symbol of humility in leadership. Those days, as governor, they will describe him as Baba Lankara. It got to a point that most of his appointees and commissioners were all wearing Ankara because the governor loved Ankara so much. Those close to him described him as a listener, a problem solver, and a unifier. He embodies the very essence of Ibadan's motto, the city of heroes. Life's journey serves as an inspiration to every young boy walking the streets of Ibadan today. Proof that greatness is earned, not given. It doesn't fall on you, you earn it, you grow into greatness. His accession to the throne as the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land is a legacy for generations to come. As Ibadan celebrates its 44th Olubadan, the world washes in her from humble beginnings to the highest throne. Rashidi ADEWOLU Ladoja's story is one of destiny fulfilled.